2017 was an amazing year for CSGO. From Gambit's incredible run at the Kraków Major to SK's return to the very top of Counter-Strike. So to celebrate the best player storylines this year, we put together a list of the top 10.
Kicking off our list at number 10 is Swag. Now, Swag's 2017 was not very eventful, but for Swag, one of the most famous players permanently banned by Valve, 2017 brought an important change. This summer, ESL and DreamHack announced they would unban Swag and other former iBuyPower players from their events. The move gave his fans some hope that they may see the CS prodigy on some of the biggest stages in the game once again, despite still being banned by Valve. And at CS Summit, Swag showed us that he still has what it takes to compete with the best in the world.
On quad. The timing is.
Oh, what? Shut up, Swag.
Number 9 on our list, Gobby. The in-game leader for Big had an unexpectedly strong year, placing second at 2 DreamHacks and winning the minor championship for the Kraków Major. But perhaps most unexpectedly, Gobby took an underrated roster of misfits to legend status at the Major, when they made it to quarterfinals.
And Big is in the playoffs in their first ever Major, 3-0 taking down world number 1 and world number 3.
There was some controversy surrounding Big at the Major when they utilized the jump bug during the group stage that allowed invisible and soundless peeking on some maps. But after a gentleman's agreement between teams to not use the bug, Big still defeated SK to 3-0 the group stage.
Scoffy getting 2.
And though they fell in the top 8, Gobby and Big have guaranteed themselves a spot at the next Major in Boston. And we're excited to see what 2018 could bring for them.
Just go for it. Flashbang goes in. This is where he has to try and strike now. Gets the timing, finds 1 kill, wants the second, the double tag.
Olofmeister comes in at number 8 on our list. Once widely regarded as the best player in the world, Olof joined FaZe in August after a somewhat lackluster end to his time with Fnatic.
It is like starting over again, and that's something that I guess I needed. I get this feeling of a little bit nervous again, and that is something I have been missing. I just want to play.
And since joining FaZe, Olaf has proven he's still one of the best helping the team win ESL 1 New York and the E-League Premier, also placing second at IEM Oakland. FaZe still have a lot to prove if they want to live up to their potential, but all eyes will be on this team and Olofmeister heading into the Boston Major.
He secures a round single-handedly, and the legend returns and shows us what he's made of. That should be a Colter might get this frag, but not meant to be. What an epic performance from Olof.
GetRight has not had a good year, but he ended the year with a redemption story, and that's why he is number 7 on our list. After missing out on their 3rd consecutive Major by falling in the online qualifiers for Boston in October, GetRight was heartbroken.
And Rez will fall, and that's going to do it. Pride upsets NIP and will be going to the EU Minor.
Saying, "There is nothing more to say than, this is soul-crushing. Don't really have any words." But his play at IEM Oakland in November showed that the organization that first dominated CSGO still has a bit of fight left in the team.
GetRight closes it!
A best of 5 against the best in the world. And NIP go back-to-back in Oakland.
Number 6 on our list is Electronic. Long seen as a bright star on a struggling Flipside Tactics, Electronic finally got his big break this year.
Just Electronic left it in straight side 3! Electronic, what are you doing? There's a quad kill for Electronic, who even finishes up the job! What a nuts play from Electronic!
Joining a Na'Vi roster that has a lot of potential. With Na'Vi, Electronic placed 12th at Season 6 of Pro League and won DreamHack Winter. Na'Vi have not quite lived up to the hype surrounding their roster, but their win at DreamHack Winter represented signs of life for the squad, and Electronic may have finally found a team where he can really shine.
Electronic is exploding in this round, and Na'Vi could be on the brink of a victory now. It's all down to Niko. He's been spotted, and Electronic is not going to get the ace, but Edward takes it away. It doesn't matter in the end.
Playing with 2 Brazilian squads in 2017, Boltz comes in at number 5 on our list. With Immortals, he placed 3rd to 4th at the IEM World Championship in Katowice, and 2nd at the Kraków Major. But big results aside, Boltz' story this year revolves around the roster shakeups after Immortal's Brazilian CSGO team effectively dissolved despite their strong performances.
First, it's no secret to anyone that follows CSGO that our roster has been undergoing some difficulties over the last few months.
With many ex-Immortals players joining new teams, Boltz was the most successful of his former teammates in the latter half of 2017, returning to his former Luminosity Gaming teammates on SK. With SK, Boltz won Epicenter and Blast Pro Series Copenhagen and placed 3rd to 4th at IEM Oakland. For fans of the Brazilian scene, Boltz returned to Fallen and the rest of SK was thrilling. But equally thrilling was his performance.
What a comeback from 12-3 in the first half.
These rounds are so incredibly close. Fallen just barely stops the bomb plant before he goes down. Boltz in a 1-on-3 gets a kill.
Coming in at number 4 on our list, Zeus rose to the highest highs of Counter-Strike in 2017. He won the Kraków Major with Gambit and had somewhat more measured results with Na'Vi, though he did win DreamHack Winter 2017.
Na'Vi are your champions. In an exquisite 2-0 performance, and throughout this entire event, they look strong.
But for Zeus, the win in Kraków was the culmination of a year-long promise to himself.
You tweeted, "I will not give up till I win a mother beep in Major." You just did that. Now what are you gonna do?
I just say, Olofmeister, I love you. And second, God help me, and I won Major.
Zeus's leadership on Gambit was central to their victory at the Major. And though he has since returned to Na'Vi to somewhat mixed results, his win with Gambit at Kraków after his colorful declaration almost a year earlier helped define his 2017.
Gambit have done it!
Along with an always strong SK Gaming, Fur had a very strong 2017. Placing 2nd at DreamHack Masters and then winning IEM Sydney, ECS Season 3, ESL 1 Cologne, Epicenter, and Blast Pro Series Copenhagen. They had a somewhat weaker showing at the majors this year, placing top 4 at ELEAGUE and top 8 at Kraków. Fur has always been an excellent player on an excellent team, but in 2017, he really cemented himself as one of the core stars that made this SK roster so successful.
Well done, Fur! Gifted the entry from a smoke that was to conceal the escape for the player going high, and it's mixed well.
With SK looking to make a splash at the E-League Major in Boston 2018, there's no question that Fur will be front and center.
But also, for either team, this time they try and stagger it, and Fur does the exact same thing. He doesn't even move. Just stays there and says, well, I know where your heads are falling. I'll just stay right here.
Baller thing I've ever seen. Doesn't even press anything.
Number 2 on our list, Device had a 2017 that saw him in peak form, winning the E-League Major and the IEM World Championship in Katowice. He also placed top 4 at Kraków. But what should have been the landmark year for the prodigal Opper took a sour note when he was forced to take a break due to medical issues. With Astralis playing a series of stand-ins, Device has had to take a back seat at the end of 2017. Though he has confirmed he'll be playing in the next major, it's not clear what his health will permit.
Down Device on just 7 health, that's a quad kill.
It's a bitter end of the year for one of the game's strongest players. We can only hope he'll be back in full force in 2018.
Device with 2 in 1 round! That's insane! And he's going to get the defuse on the back of it as well. That is absolute pandemonium.
Surprising no one, Niko rounds out our list at number 1. Starting the season off with a struggling Mouse Sports, Niko placed 12th to 14th at the E-League Major. And after joining FaZe Clan, they also struggled at the Kraków Major, placing 15th to 16th. But a late season resurgence saw them finish 1st at ESL 1 New York and the E-League Premier, 2nd at IEM Oakland, and 3rd at Blast Pro Series Copenhagen. Niko's 2017 saw the realization of his enormous potential, long seen as the primary carry on the former Mouse roster.
Gets to the AK quickly without response. He's in a great position, and Niko's got all 3.
Though the new FaZe Clan took some time to gel, they look like one of the strongest teams in the world. And Niko's play has been a huge part of that.
So too to see in this one. Oh, the auto sniper that gives the Liquid their best chance, except that Niko's still in the back of the sight. And he's got accuracy. He's got.
Oh my God! Get off the server.
He does not even need full ammunition. Give him half. Give him 15.
Thanks for watching. If you want more great content, be sure to hit that subscribe button.